Noisecast.
Noisecast ja jakso 22. Kuten äänestä voi ehkä kuulla, niin ollaan liikkuvassa välineessä. Elikkä matkan ensimmäinen etappi kohti Saksaa ja Dresdeniä Tower Transmissions festivaalia. Matka alkaa Oulusta junalla ja jatkuu huomenna sitten lentokoneella ja bussilla. Tässä ajattelin, että voisi tehdä ihan tällaisen kunnon matka kautta festariraportin aiheesta. Festareillahan on esiintymässä ihan hyvä kattaus mielenkiintoisia artisteja. Genocide Organ toki päällimmäisenä, mikä tuli jo nähtyä Turussa tämän vuoden toukokuussa. Päälle myös Arctao Eos myös Oulusta. Ja mitähän muuta mielenkiintoista. Moosehead tietenkin suomalaisedustuksena myös. Sektion C on ehkä semmonen oma henkilökohtainen juttu, mikä kiinnostaa myös äärimmäisen paljon nähdä. Eikä tietenkään voi unohtaa Italian suuruutta Sigillum S:ää, mikä on myös semmonen, mikä on todella mielenkiintoista nähdä live-tilanteessa ensimmäistä kertaa. Festareilla en ole koskaan aiemmin itse käynyt, niin ihan mielenkiintoista nähdä minkälainen tää tapahtuma on. Näkisin kuitenkin, että Tower on eurooppalaisten noise- ja industrial festarien ehdoton kärki, että ei niitä nyt kuitenkaan ihan mahdottomasti järjestetä, varsinkin tämmöisiä, mitkä on jo vuosikymmenen järjestetty joka vuosi. Ennen festaria ei ole kyllä hirveästi tullut kuunneltua siellä soittavia bändejä, että ajattelin, että otetaan ihan suorat fiilikset sitten keikkojen muodossa ja tarkoituksena olisikin vähän jokaisen päivän jälkeen sitten sattumanvaraisella köörillä vähän ruotia, että mitä fiiliksiä keikat herätti kenessäkin. Minkälaista havaintoa ei ole, että minkälainen juonto tästä tulee, kun juna rytisee sen verran mehukkaasti, mutta toisaalta halusin ehdottomasti saada tähän vähän tällaista matkanteon tuntua. Otin matkalukemiseksi mukaan Japanoise-nimisen kirjan, mitä on jo jonkin verran aloittanut, mutta ajattelin pureutua siihen tässä junamatkojen aikana hieman tarkemmin. Monet on syyttänyt kirjaa ehkä liiallisesta akateemisesta otteesta, mutta omasta mielestä se on ollut ihan sujuvaa tekstiä. Ja ymmärrän toki, että kirja on ehkä enemmän kirjoitettukin myös tällaiseksi tutkielmaksi, mutta paljon on kyllä hyvin mielenkiintoisia tarinoita japanilaisesta noisesta ja sen syntykulttuurista ja artisteista ja ehkä vähän tämmöistä syvemmistäkin virtauksista, mitä siellä on. Nyt tässä on vielä matkaa useampi tunti jäljellä ennen kuin päästään Helsinkiin ja ottamaan pienet unet ennen aikaista aamulentoa, mutta siirrympä tuonne istuskelemaan ja ehkä pureutumaan juuri tähän mainitsemani kirjan maailmaan. Matkan ensimmäinen etappi on saavutettu ja istuskelen täällä Helsinki-Vantaa Forenomin edustalla ja tää oli ihan hauska kyllä, että tää on valikoitu nimenomaan yöpaikaksi tänne. Täällä Forenom hotellissa on kyllä sattunut ja tapahtunut kaiken näköistä vuosien varrella. Tää oli hyvin suosittu Obscurex-festien esiintyjien majoituspaikka ja täällä oli sitten jos jonkinmoisia jatkobileitä ja etkobileitä myös. Muistuu ehkä mieleen, en muista monenetko Obscurex-festit, olikohan tokat. Täällä oli torstaina aika villi meininki, joku saavuin paikan päälle ja brittiedustusto oli jo paikan päällä ja ihan hyvässä maistissa ja äkkiä kelasi ittenikin tunnelmaan mukaan ja siinä sitten tuli kaiken näköistä puhasteltua illan mittaan, kokkailtua ja palohälytikin saatiin kertaalleen päälle ja vartija kävi vähän paikalla topputtelemassa, että koettakaahan olla iisisti, mutta eihän ne pojat siitä. Todettiin myös, että Forenum-hotellin ikkunoita ei saa millään tavalla auki. Oli elokuu ja 4 jätkää samassa kämpässä ja oli aika helvetin kuuma. Ja sitten siinä kuumeisesti koetettiin selvittää, miten näitä ikkunoita saisi auki. Ja kaiken näköisiä yritelmiä oli, mutta ei ne vaan perkele auennut. No, siitä kuitenkin selvittiin ihan kunnialla, ei tullut mitään jälkiseuraamuksia niin sanotusti. Ja taispa olla itse asiassa samaiset Obscurex-festit, milloin oli Bizarre Uproarin. Oliko 20-vuotiskeikka, muistaakseni. Joo, se taisi olla juuri se verikekkeri-keikka. Ja seuraava aamu sitten oli aika mielenkiintoinen, kun porukka keräili siinä itteensä ja peseytyi ja muuta tämmöistä. Ja itse rupesin tuumailemaan omien kenkien kohtaloa. Ne oli kuitenkin ihan täysin veressä uitetut ja kävin sitten tuolla suihkussa pesemässä niitä hyvän tovin, laskin vaan vettä suoraan hanasta kengän sisällä ja sieltä se vaan verisenä pulppus ulos toisesta päästä. Aikani siinä kenkiä siivotessa ajattelin, että käynpä tuossa pihalla savukkeella ja kävelin noita käytäviä pitkin, mikä on itse asiassa ne on nykyään näköjään laitettu tuommoiset koko lattian matot, mutta silloin oli ihan perinteiset tuommoiset linoleumilattiat, niin kattelin vaan jälkeenpäin, kun jää sellaisia verisiä askelia pitkin käytäviä, kun kävelin hotellihuoneelta tonne hissille. Se kyllä jotenkin oli aika ikimuistoinen hetki tuijotella sitä, että voi vittu mikä meininki. Samaisesta illasta jäi mieleen sellainenkin tapaus, kun tultiin sitten kontilta viimein tänne hotellille ja oltiin tuossa ulko-ovella ja samaan aikaan joku aasialaisturistiporukka oli tulossa sisään ja kattelivat jotenkin kauhistuneena meikäläistä. Ja sitten vasta tajusin oikeastaan hotellihuoneeseen tai hostellihuoneeseen enemmänkin päästyä, niin kun kattelin peilistä, että naamahan on täynnä veritahroja ja tippoja. Tervetuloa Suomeen, elämys heillekin. Mutta joka tapauksessa, jos Helsingissä ikinä sattuu pyörimään ja haluaa halpaa majoitusta, niin lämpimät suosittelut. Hotelli sisältää erittäin paljon tietynlaista suomalaista Noise-historiaa. Tästäpä sitten matka jatkuukin huomenna aikaiseen aamulla kohti lentokenttää ja Saksan maata. Kohtalaisen paahteisen yön jälkeen lentokentällä tuli taas Forenom kokemus mieleen, koska huoneethan on äärimmäisen lämpimiä. Ne on lähinnä niinku jälkilämmöllä olevia saunoja. Ja siitä voi päätellä, miten hyvin uni tuli viime yönä. Ja tietenkin klassisia Forenomin elämisen ääniä. Mutta kyllä tää tästä. Kello on hieman yli 6 aamulla ja kohtapuoliin matka jatkuu eteenpäin. Ensimmäinen ilta Dresdenissä alkaa olla taputeltu. Vietettiin tuossa suomalaispoppoilla vähän iltaa baareissa ja juttua kulki, tarinointia vähän kaiken näköisestä ja huomenna olisikin sitten festien ensimmäinen päivä luvassa. Dresden on kyllä kaupunkina tosi nätti ja mukava paikka ja helppo navigoida ympärinsä, että ei ole ihan niinku tappopitkiä matkoja oikeastaan mistään minnekään, että tälle ihan kävelypelilläkin pärjää, jos niikseen tulee. Julkinen liikennekin toimii oikein mainiosti. Mutta tosiaan tästä pitää hiljalleen alkaa vetäytyä yöpuulle tänne oikein mallikkaaseen syysiltaan ja lähteä keräämään voimia huomista päivää varten. Noisecastilla oli myös paikan päällä mahdollisuus tehdä muutamat ulkomaan elävien haastattelut, joista nyt ensimmäisenä on Recordsista ja Sektion B:stä sekä Sektion C:stä tuttu Peter. Records on pyörinyt jo tuolta 2000-luvun alkuhämäristä asti ja Sektion B oikeastaan aloitteli toimintaansa niillä samoilla askelmilla. Mies on myös järkkäillyt Consumer Electronics festaria männävuosina Berliinissä. Sektion B on ollut itselle semmoinen todella tärkeä bändi kyllä aina, tuommoista niin kuin hyvin perinteistä saksalaista voimaelektroniikkaa todella rajuilla vokaaleilla ja tuommoista niin kuin hyvää provokatiivista asennetta ja kannustetaan vähän ihmistä tarkkailemaan maailmaa. Al White Recordsista ehkä itselle kaikista parhaiten mielessä toi Free Speech-sarja, mikä tuli tuossa 2000-luvun, olisiko puoliväliä ollut. Siinä oli niinku todella kova kattaus artisteja ja oli tämmöisiä 3-tuumaisia CDR-jä, eikö siis CD-tä ihan edes CDR-jä ollut, jotka tuli tämmöisessä lasisessa taulun kehyksen sisällä ja ideanahan oli, että pitää kerätä koko sarja, niin sitten siitä niinku muodostuu se koko kuva, olikohan siinä tämmöinen kuva polttopulloa heittävästä miehestä. Ja tässä kun kattelee tätä Free Speech-sarjan artistikattausta, niin onhan tää kyllä aika luja. On Kondomia, Grey Wolvesia, Slogun, Grunt, Strom EC, Survival Unit, niin onhan tossa aika raju kattaus. Muutenkin tämä Al Whitein diskografia on kyllä ihan komeen näköinen, että täällä on kuitenkin noita Human Larvain alkupään juttuja ja Halthania, Merzbouvia, Black Leather Jesusta löytyy. Muistaakseni olikohan täällä myöskin festarilla esiintynyt Commando, sen CDn on laittanut pihalle, Third Organia, Macronymfaa, kaiken näköistä, että todella kyllä omalla tavallaan ihan iso tekijä tässä eurooppalaisessa voima-elektroniikka-lafka skeneessä. Olipas siinä aikamoinen sanahirviö. Myöskin hyvin mielenkiintoisena kuriositeettina Al Whitelta löytyy Death Pact International CD. Ymmärtääkseni Death Pact International oli tämmönen Grey Wolvesin luoma konsepti, jota ei niinku tavallaan omista kukaan, eikä siinä ole minkäänlaisia copyrightteja olemassa, että jokainen niinku tavallaan pystyy julkaisemaan Death Pact International nimen alla materiaalia. Varmaan oli vähän silleenkin, että voi käyttää ihan sourcea ja myöskin Death Pact International matskusta vapaasti. Näitä kannattaa tsekkailla, nämä on ihan tämmönen hyvin mielenkiintoinen konsepti ja netistä kun kattelee, niin löytyy kyllä ihan viime vuosiltakin Death Pact Internationalin alla tehtyjä juttuja. Joka tapauksessa haastattelu polveilee mukavasti lafkatoiminnoissa, bänditoiminnoissa ja myöskin keikkahommissa. Mies on kiertänyt ympäri maailmaa keikkoja 20 vuoden ajan, jotenka niiltäkin reissulta on kertynyt tarina jos toinen, josta muutama kuullaan tässä haastattelun yhteydessä.
Tauon Transmission is a really well-known festival series here in Germany, Dresden. First festival was in 2011, a time where here near nothing was industrial or festivals or in that underground scene. Only a really small concert organization exists at this time in 2011 and before and now, called Club de Biel. There's really small events and but really well-known venues, but well-known bands. So in 2011 it was really exciting to see that Erik starts this festival. It was also really small, around 50 or 60 people, and getting bigger from year to year. The other club, I think the third edition here, the other club was a Pushkin club around here, much smaller. 150 people for audience, but it was for that time absolutely enough.
Yeah. And it has been growing quite a lot and I would say there isn't that much anymore like industrial festivals anymore in Europe, so Erik is definitely doing a huge cultural impact, I would say.
He starts at a time where in Europe not so much festivals was happening anymore. The time was over in the end of 2000s. Before a lot of gigs. I told you before in London or everywhere in the world, Japan, France, everywhere was festivals. So it was really good that they established this festival here. So every year, and I told you that it goes bigger and bigger. He brings so many good bands here. It was really interesting to see how good reacts the audience for this offer. for this festival. A lot of people came really often. Not at wouldn't know which people came for all festivals, but in the last 6 or 7 editions, it's like a family.
Yeah, familiar faces.
Yeah, absolutely. You see always the same faces, friends, or but I think the audience is younger now than in the past. Change at this time in the 2000s. The older generation, like me, also it's away, and now good new ones come, and I like that.
Yeah, it's very good for the scene that new people are coming in.
Exactly. And for that, Eric's offered to bring old bands, good bands, well-known bands, and new bands together on stage. Also from different styles, from industrial, mostly industrial. Some experiments he had with 1 or 2 bands that was not really industrial, but mostly it's industrial noise, power electronics or so. Always underground. It's good for the younger generation too.
Yeah, and definitely for newer bands too. They get like exposure that way really well.
Exactly. Yeah, so the date Eric organized it always in September. I saw. It's like a fixed date in a lot of people's date planner.
Yeah.
So okay. This year it is September. Next year, if it will happen, it's also September. Okay.
Yeah, you can always reserve that one weekend.
Exactly. It's the same like Wave and Gothic Treffen in Leipzig since more than 30 years or so. It's the same. The people book the date and the hotels 1 year before. But as I know, we will go there. Yeah. And what I like, especially on that festival series, is that it's familiar, popular, a little bit commercial now, but the organization around it's near perfect. All works well. I have seen so many festivals or events with my own band and as guests, which was really chaotic.
I've been there.
So here it's near the perfect concert organization.
Yeah.
For bringing the bands, for catering, for building the stage things, for sound checks, and I can't remember a gig what was really bad for the technique also. Some bands was not perfect, but from the main technique all was well, always. So it is always good organized and nice. So that's why I think a reason why so many guys come gladly together every year. Me too.
I would say the key elements of a good festival is that you learn and like develop from each year, and also when you have a good sound man you can rely on. That's basically a recipe for success and good bands. Yeah. But also things around a good merch, or in the pushing club we had always a fire outside with some barbecue. Nice. And industry is not fire music, but the people was liking it. And today we have also the outside area open, always nice. Yeah.
Not only staying inside of a shitty venue or so. Here's a venue great, and outside. That makes the whole thing happen. So. And
I would say these kind of festivals definitely serve a social aspect as well. So you can stay outside and catch up with friends and stuff like that. So get some fresh air and so on.
I have so many friends which I see one time each year.
Here in Dresden. Yeah. We'll see you again next year.
Yeah, exactly. If nothing goes bad, we will meet us next year. For sure. Yeah. But can I say more about the bands? Some new bands, of course, which going after they play for tower transmission, getting bigger and better and get better offers, or getting contracts for releases from labels. Mikko Aspa and Human Larva, for example, they meet each other here on tower transmission. After that, he could release on Freak Animal. So also the business things for the bands works. In that case. bands like Rumley, Subject Jugend, Consumer Electronics, Grunt, of course, Torophon, New Block Orators, Genocide Organ, the second time, Little Roger, and so many bands. Whiter Desno, of course, played here. It's always a fun to have such bands.
Yeah, that's just an insane amount of good bands that have played here.
Yeah.
And I think it also shows how, I mean, Eric has been putting on concerts forever, even before Tower Transmissions, he has connections and he knows how things work. So definitely a good organizer you have got here.
But he needs also the helping hands around.
Absolutely.
Alone, you can't do anything. You can have ideas also. If you book a completely unknown venue and had to book over all services extra, it would be too expensive.
Yeah.
So that is what with Eric works well. Some friends, his wife, for catering or driving or whatever, all works together every year and are glad to help him. That is one of the reasons why it works so good. It's the same like me with my consumer electronics series. That was only 7 festivals, and I had to stop it. I had no friends anymore which help me.
Yeah, you can't do it alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or it would be too expensive. And the ticket for €300 in that scene nobody would pay.
Yeah. What gave you the idea to start that?
The idea, I visited so many festivals, events before, and in Berlin in the end of 90s, also nothing was happening. The time was over, the 80s was over, so in the 90s only the people goes to Bavaria or in Germany or to Leipzig, and I had the idea, okay, I have also good contacts to bands, I think I can good manage some things, and had some good friends. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
Let's bring the industrial back to Berlin.
Yeah.
And it was the same, 7 years, every year, one festival, or 1 year was 2 festivals, and 1 year was break. 7 festivals in the same style like Tower Transmission.
Yeah.
Bringing some good bands, some old bands, and at this time it was no problem to get White House.
Right.
Yeah.
I have never seen White House. I had a ticket for a White House gig in Helsinki, but unfortunately, like 2 weeks before that, William stumbled off the stage and broke his ribs. So White House was unable to perform, but Consumer Electronics was there instead, which was also very great. But I have that ticket stub that says White House, but I just never saw them, and they kind of quit afterwards. So
White House, for example, or Slogan.
Never seen Slogan either, so
at this time in the late 90s, beginning of 2000s, he was everywhere. So I said, okay, bring him to Berlin. Or make us for Grunt.
Yeah.
Or what bands? Yeah, that was, I think, the biggest bands, White House. Genocide Organ I never had, but yeah, that was the idea, to bring the industrial back to Berlin, and
so
it
you
worked.
did.
Yeah. But after 7 years, I had to stop it, and I will be asked each time, 1 or 2 times a year, if I would restart it. But I said no. I haven't the friends and I haven't the power anymore. I do one time, as Eric decided to make the Tower Transmission for 2 days. The first, I think 6 or 7 festivals or 5 festivals was only 1 day, only the Saturday.
Okay.
And for the audience from outside of Germany, it's better to have 2 days and can better travel and so. And on the second edition of this 2-day festivals, he asked me if I can help him to fill the 1 day.
Yeah.
With my bands from Consumer Electronics or White Records, and so we do it. We make a collaboration between 2 concert organizations. It was a nice idea, but I said never again. It was okay. Sometimes we talk around an hour before. We had some ideas for new bands for the next year, and he is thankful for some tips or for some contact addresses or contacts. He don't have.
Right, of course, yeah.
And so I work a little bit here always.
How much do you follow industrial and power electronics and noise scene nowadays? like new acts and stuff like that?
How to say? I don't know. I don't know. I was last year on a festival in Berlin in a venue I never heard before, and saw JFK, Womir, and Richard Ramirez.
Okay.
I know Richard Ramirez for many years. I meet him really often in America and also in Europe, as he played the first time in London. But on this event, I think 200 people was there in audience. I was knowing 2. The rest was absolutely new people I never saw before on a festival, on an industrial festival. And they was there to see the bands.
Yeah, I guess that was like, where did these people come from?
Yeah, exactly. I was so shocked, and it was amazing. It was great to see younger and some older, but completely new. So I said, okay, a new scene is born.
Yeah.
Or exist, which I don't have think about it as the Corona break. Corona, I said, 3 years delay worldwide for concerts, nearly, and it's over now for industrial. But I think the same said the people which have been invited in the industrial scene in the 80s for White House, or so they said in the 90s, industrial is over.
Yeah,
I know such old guys, yeah. I have a good friend of mine sells his industrial collections in the beginning of the 90s. He said, it's over. Now, all the original White House editions or whatever, Genocide Organ, are thousands of euros.
Yeah.
And he gave it for a few bucks.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it can be.
Yeah. Out of all the gigs that you have seen in the during the decades, do you have any like especially memorable memories or gigs that really struck?
I have to think about it. One of the biggest and good best events, it was in London for what was the 30th anniversary of forget it. It was the guys from Ramley and
The Broken Flag Festival.
yeah, the Broken Flag Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really amazing, and so many friends I meet from all over the world, which come especially for that. Some smaller events was always nice or so, but that was, I think, one of the best one.
Extremely memorable.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of like, it was also interesting because there was like the Broken Flag era artists, but there were also artists who were highly influenced by these artists.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a great mix.
Yeah. That's the reason why I'm so glad that Ramley play now in the same way like in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I met them last year in Linz in Austria on the Tormentum Festival. It was really interesting to meet the guys again.
Yeah.
And they are really old now.
Yeah. I saw Ramle back in Helsinki maybe 7 years ago or something like that. It was a really, really intense gig. I didn't have any expectations when I was going there. I mean, I love old Ramle, especially the power electronic stuff.
Yeah.
And it was all that. So I was very satisfied.
I think Erik was the first one who organized Ramley in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And on the Tower Transmission edition where I made one day, I bring the first time Bastard Noise to Europe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's some really heavy hitting names.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really... Also, I saw the first... what was also, I will ever remind me in my life, the first gig of Stadtgefügend ever. It was, I think, in 2005 in London. And can't remember exactly what was happened, but after the concert, I get attacked by some people.
Oh, okay.
And they tried to rip me up. Then I had a little street fight, and on that evening I lose 2 teeth. And I remember that one of my teeth is losing all the time. I had the chance to reset it, but
it's a memory.
I'm too late. Yeah, it's a memory.
Yeah.
So I said always when I meet the the guys, your festival.
You owe me this.
I was two teats. It cost me 2 teats. The first time Saktion, it was amazing, 2005.
I saw Saktion about a month ago in Turku. That was a really, really good gig. There was
Saktion no more.
Yeah, Saktion no more. Yeah, well, we were just talking. We're gonna see Saktion, but
it's the same difference between White House and consumer electronics. It's a little bit different.
A little bit different, but this was really aggressive, intense gig. There was a technical malfunction which ended the gig maybe halfway through, but the 20 minutes that we saw was like, I was just extra blown away. Damn, it was everything I hoped for.
Saktion or Saktion no more are always perfect on stage. It's different, like for example, Brighter Dessler. For Brighter Dessler, in the past, you had a 50% chance that the show fucked up, and 50% that it's wonderful. It's curious. I always say it when people ask me in the past, should we organize Brighter Dessler? I said 50%, 50%. The audience will like good, but you, I don't know if you like shitty gigs. If a band falls drunk.
I saw Brother Death Now in Helsinki, and it was a good and intense gig, but there was also some chaos happening on the stage as well. Some equipment malfunctions just by the artists themselves. Unplugging things on accidentally and then like trying to unplug them back. And
in the past, it was a problem when Roger was too drunk. Lina could manage all without taking no problem. He makes some gigs, some gags or some funny things, so people like it. But Roger But now they're getting older and older. Don't drink too much, and I think the last 5 gigs of Brighter Dessler in the last 3 or 4 years was all perfect. So it changed.
In Helsinki, it was just this incredible like wall of industrial noise, and it was like a 1 hour set, so it was very exhausting to say the least, but very, very enjoyable. I think, if I don't remember wrong, it was a 2-day event. First day was Ramle headlining, and then second day was Brighter Death Now. I think. Everything gets mixed up in my head sometimes. Speaking of getting the idea that someone has to do things, your record label, L. White, can you tell me a little bit about beginnings of your label?
It's a really curious story, and but it's not what could I say? Some people know it, but I don't make it official. I organized my first consumer electronics festival in 1999. With Anne Cefalia, Torophon and Cement Shelter. Cement Shelter is a small band. Later it was getting to Sektion B. But it was Anne Cefalia and Torophon. And we record this festival in audio and video. And the recordings was near perfect, in a perfect quality. And I asked the band all if they want to have the recordings for making a release, especially Anetzefalia Tesco. They said no. Build your own label and you can release it. I said okay. I start beginning to organize concerts. I have also good contacts to other things. Could manage good things. The same. Why not?
Yeah.
And White Records was born. That's the history. Sadly, later, as I had my label and said, okay, now I want to release this event or the separately gigs, Tesco said, no, it's not allowed. And later they release some parts of this festival on a Anetzefalia CD.
Okay.
But I'm not angry about it. We are good friends with Tesco about all the years and with other German or international labels or mail orders. But that's the beginning of White Records.
Yeah, at least it was born that way. So,
yeah,
it was
exactly. Only the word build your own label and you can release all gig. I said, okay, I make it. Yeah, really interesting times. And then it goes really, really fast. The Consumer Electronics Festivals goes every year. The White Record label was born, and a few months later, Cement Shelter, the third band on the first festival, splits. And they asked me if I want to be a member of that band.
Okay.
And that's a thing around Consumer Electronics, White Records, and Sektion B.
Okay, that's very interesting chain of events.
Yeah, of course. And that was one really active. That was my really most active time. Visiting festivals, organize the label, and going with, making the band popular. And that always works only while I had so many contacts worldwide.
Again, goes to show that no one can do everything by themselves. There always has to be comrades to help out.
Exactly. And I had them. With the band, I had my comrades. With the label, we was 2 people, and the concert organization. Okay, I was a leader, but some friends was help. So it works. Now I'm with White Records alone, but I have also my graphican and the technician. I have no idea from graphics or from technic. Also for Sektion B, I never played an instrument or can play anything. 20 years on stage only with a mic.
Speaking of Sektion B, which is one of the German bands that I really, really enjoy, and I personally always felt that Sektion B was a little bit overlooked because in my books at least it's up there with Genocide Organ and Anzefalia and stuff like that. And what really strikes me with Sektion B is I like the thematics that the band had, like these themes of power and control, and probably my favorite track is the Remember the Time, and had the video of 9/11, and I am really big fan of that event for many reasons, and that video is very striking, and especially in that song how Sektion B had the duo vocal things that you would like do the kind of propaganda speech, and then there would be these hard-hitting slogans and stuff like that, so that's just perfect material for my taste.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I hope that you will like tomorrow's Sektion C. It's not the same. Only 2 guys on stage, but we use also two mics, 2 vocalists, and the themes are the same. So I'm the same, and Andreas, the guy, he was on a food station.
Right. Okay, that's Andreas.
Yeah,
okay.
that's Andreas. He was not a founding member of Sektion B, but he was a good friend which supported us with Technik a lot of years. And he was traveling a lot of to a lot of concerts with Sektion B. And as a main Technik guy left the band, it was easy to replace. It was different to work with him. He works totally different than we worked 10 years in the past with Sektion B, but it works, as I said, better.
Okay.
So the time changed, the technique changed, and the older guy, he was stopped in a special technique way and idea way, and okay, but he left.
Yeah. When democracy is no longer enough, can you tell me something about that title?
That's easy. Do you know the Subjugend CD when pornography is not longer enough?
Yeah.
And we changed it in the political way.
Okay. But I was thinking, is there any something you want to say with that?
I can't answer to you, especially for that release. I can say for all Sektion B or Sektion C works, we don't prefer one way. We don't prefer the left, the right, the black, the white, whatever, but we like to show these ways.
Yeah. Completely understand.
We want to say, have a look, what's happened in the world. What's there, where are the problems?
Yeah.
We show the problems, we talk about it with texts or with the videos, but decide what is wrong or right.
Yeah, that's up
That's
for the listener.
That's for the audience.
Yeah.
Or for the customers.
Yeah.
And that's the same for that. It shows some political, social aspects in the world. But we never say what we like.
Yeah.
So we are often present in the right wing direction, like Jim said, organ or so.
It happens very easily.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
I said, for what?
Yeah.
For what? Tell me one track or one thing we do clear right or left wing things. Never.
Yeah.
I had some talks about with hardcore right wings or Antifa guys, and Boot must say, okay, if you say so, yeah, we are wrong.
It's always that way that when you think about something like, I'm sure Genocide Organ has had quite a lot of feedback about something like Clan Country 7-inch or something like that. And if people would actually investigate what they are listening or criticizing, they might be surprised.
Yeah, and it's really easy to decide if you go to a concert looking for the videos or for the show and say, okay, the band is right or left or so. It's the same. I had seen what was really interesting for our videos. We have we make always a lot of work with the videos, and how videos or performance can work. At this time, I told you where we play. It was really, we have a fable for Israel. And we played there 2 times, in Tel Aviv and in Jerusalem. And we played the same videos as we played at this time everywhere. And they had a lot of Israeli themes. Some riots or some things, some bombing attacks or so. So and now you play it in Israel. How will the audience react? Will they say, okay, that's that's our day? What do we show our day? Or every day we have that? It's not important. Or will they be aggressive about that? It was the same like everywhere. The people like it.
Yeah, you had that special release with Sektion B where you had the bag of sand and the guitar and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it was built after we played there.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it was an idea to play there. I think we are the one and only power electronic band which play in Israel. I think 1 year later should Condom play there, and I asked the organizers and Mike several times, but nobody will tell me if it's really happened. No photos, no.
Okay. I wonder what is the truth with that gig. Did it really happen?
Yeah.
Maybe someone can correct us on that. But Condom also kind of studies the world in the same way as you guys do.
Condom and Grey Wolves also great guys. Saw them so many times, organize them also on Consumer Electronics and release them on the Free Speech series. Really good friends.
Yeah. That's a really great CD series it's an ambitious project.
Yeah. I think the idea to put a release with a glass frame was not new.
Okay.
I was not the first, but I was the first which made a series with a puzzle. The pictures.
Yeah, you had to collect all of them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you get a full picture.
Yeah.
That I was the first. Maybe I think today I will make another first step in release way, which nobody, or I don't know if anybody does it before. The new Sektion C CD, which today, comes a special edition, the first full-time release, comes with also a special edition with a video.
Oh, okay.
And in the past, people had to make a video on VHS cassette or DVD or whatever, and I decided a few months before not to do this. I put the original CD and the video on a visit card, USB stick.
Oh, okay.
Limited to 50 copies. And after I get the visit card, printed, of course, limited. As I get the visit card USB sticks, I'm not a friend of digital releases. So when people ask me when do you make Bandcamp or so, I say I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
Of course, come on. A CD also, okay, no tapes anymore, no vinyl, but a CD will be my format. But now I'm thinking about to release industrial music or noise music on USB visit card sticks. It's half digital and half physical.
Yeah, that's true.
So I like, in the past I was collecting so many industrial stuff and I like to have a physical release. And I know a lot of people which do the same way. They want to have a physical release.
I'm like that, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it will be a mixed work between digital and...
kind of mixed media thing,
yeah.
About the free speech series, I have to wonder, it must be quite a nightmare to put together and have it was quite big edition and have each artist and those glass frames and man, and they are a nightmare to shelve. At home.
I was after I was finished the series, I was thinking about a second edition, but until today nothing. But I was really wondering. A lot of guys in the world buy this, but they don't buy all. Only one or two or three, only for that band. And some others sent me about the year's photos from their home wall, where it's hanging on the wall, the wool series. And I said, okay, you was doing that right. You buy the wool edition with the wool picture. What the other guys do? The half on in a case?
Missing the point.
Yeah. It was a nice idea.
A really great idea, I would say.
I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news. Go ahead. A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. To know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake.
This time I was with White Records, I was to make some special releases, some boxes, regular releases, CD or CDR at this time, and a limited box with T-shirt or with bones, X-rays or whatever. I had a 5, 6, 7 special box series, but I think now the time is over for that. The people, I think they only want to collect old stuff. If you make special releases in a new way, they don't want to have a wooden box with...
Yeah, that's actually, now that you mention it, and I think about my own collecting habits, that is quite true, that kind of like boxes of old material probably sell quite well, but when you do that kind of ambitious thing with new stuff, it's a little bit more risky in terms of like, is it gonna sell or not?
Instead you have a genocide organ.
Yeah.
For that you can release whatever, in which limitation.
Mad collectors strike.
Whatever, the people would buy it.
Yeah.
But I think some of these don't buy it for the music, only for the collecting and reselling.
Since you've been to so many gigs, and I also have seen that you have taken quite a lot of photos of those gigs. Have you ever wondered that you could maybe do like a print-on-demand book about them or something like that? That would be quite interesting.
2 things for that. I was asked it in the past several times from guys like you. You have so much seen in the scene, and you can tell us so many nice stories about some gigs, what happened, and so write a book about that. I was thinking about that for many years, but I think when I talk about such things on events or bands or whatever, it's more private. It's not historical. The guy which made a book this year for Tobin Grissel, Italian guy, which he's here. He made a completely history book. That's not my kind. I would only say private stories. They would be funny, but I don't know if it's good to make it in a book. And for the photos, I think last year to scan some paper photos or also some digital photos and bring them on Facebook.
Yeah, I've been watching them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's also the reason why you're interesting for me is wake up about the old. Yeah, and I think I will do it on Facebook again. Hopefully but it's a question of time.
Yeah.
But a book, I don't know. And only for the photos, I don't know.
Yeah, now that I think about it, if you would do a book, I think it would need to have some sort of bigger narrative rather than just anecdotes and stuff like that.
Exactly. That's what I would say. And I think 2 or 3 years ago, Christian Olsen from Survival Unit make a power electronics book. So.
Oh yeah, the Gift Nolan. Or is that?
Yeah, Gift Nolan. Yeah, exactly. I don't read the book. I don't read books anymore since more than 10 years, whatever it is. But I appreciate his work. Yeah. And I was wondering how he could do that in such a good way, but he's so young.
Yeah. He still has time.
For example, on Consumer Electronics, I think the 3rd edition, I let play Green Army Faction and Survival Unit together. I think the guys were 16 or 17. The first time outside.
Wow.
From home.
Yeah. And
then in Germany. That was also a really experiment.
Yeah.
But it was nice. We are good friends. I have contact to Christian and also to Martin from Green Army Faction until today. And I think in Green Army Faction he could come back with music anywhere. He do a harsh noise project store any years before on a White Records with a 3-inch CDR, but nobody knows that it's Green Army Faction.
Okay.
But my kind is also to have the friendship, the same like Eric for the bands. When a band released on a White Records, when a band had played for Consumer Electronics or so, I would say we are friends.
Yeah.
And I try to hold the contact about all the years.
Absolutely. And now that you mention it, I think I have also heard some rumors about Green Army Faction coming back.
Yeah.
So
he's interesting now. many years before he found a family with, I think, 3 childs, getting to, I don't know if it's in Sweden or in Finland, on an island, really small island, and his wife don't like the music, so that's the most problem in the industry scene. The family don't like, the wives don't like the music, and then they stop. But after years, you get a little bored, boring, and restarted. But it's quite harder than in the past for him to. But the idea is not dead.
Yeah, and I think because I believe that if you have a creative mind and you have had like a project like way back, it's kind of your outlet to the world, and that flame never really dies out. I think.
And Dynamic Friction Martin never stopped this project official, so it would be a good comeback. Not a reunion also, it would be a good comeback.
Yeah, comeback from hiatus or
something exactly, like exactly. That. Then quite many years, Dynamic Friction and Survey Unit was also the Scandinavian priest of power electronics.
Yeah. It's true, and I've never seen Survival Unit myself, but I've seen some live videos and stuff like that, and those were like
hopefully not the wood video where the before.
Well, I think everyone has seen that.
I think so. Yeah. Christian had some problems also on his last gig here on Tower Transmission. It was a really shitty gig. Yeah, but he's still active with Alpha Mania and some other projects. But in the beginning of 2000s, middle of 2000s, such bands was really popular all over the world. And traveling a lot is the same. We talk about Slogan and Sickness or Taint and Despy, for example, all the way.
But I think, now that I think about it, Deathpile probably never came to Europe. I can't think of...
That's right, yeah. Only Taint.
Yeah, Taint did. Did you see that Taint show?
Yeah.
Can you tell something about it? Because
it was on a... what was the festival series?
Deadly Actions.
Deadly Actions, exactly, in Villeneuve d'Ascq. Okay, now. Also, a nice story. I was there really early, familiar with the concert organization from the soundcheck on and so, and Keith from Taint make a really good soundcheck. What he not think that he always use some energy, some batteries on all effect gear.
Okay,
the soundcheck was quite good. Then he had to play to begin. And I think 80% of his technique was down. Nothing works.
Classic.
And he was really aggressive and one stop the gig and one go from stage. And a friend and me had a few minutes before we had contact with an American girl. This was coming for this event. Was not familiar with Keith, but wanted to see him. And we, come on, girl, make that he play. And she, in the American way, we couldn't do it in our bad English, and she do it really perfect. Come on, fat ass, play your gig, you are paid for that. And then he come back on stage, put the gear which work on, and made, I think, a 40-minute good gig.
Wow.
Power electronic noise gig. With less technique. And only for makes that he play. That was taken in France.
Wow.
And that's such stories, I mean.
Yeah.
Or, but I can say, another nice story, I don't know if it's interesting. You know that on Genocide organ gigs, the audience like pogo dancing.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Yeah. It wasn't so in the past.
Okay.
Also on the festival in France, and the same, don't know if it was the same event or another, Genocide organ played. And the guy from Loki organization, from Inade, was saying, what boring idiots. Make it better. And he was running from the end of the venue in front of stage and was punching the guys down. And that was a start for the audience not to staying there. There was dancing pogo.
So
that was the first gig where on Genocide Organ gig the pogo was.
Violent Genocide Organ gigs were born.
Yeah, exactly.
It sometimes takes just a little bit of encouragement from someone to again make things happen. That's a great one. Well, I have to say we could talk about for hours, but I thank you for taking the time to talk with us. It was really nice. Thank you.
It was a pleasure for me. Thank you.